and yin together, so we know a little bit about this practice and the way in which we're tending to those aspects of ourselves that are more hidden, more beneath the surface, the subconscious body, the emotional body, and giving ourselves that slow time and that stillness to really process things that may have gone on in our lives that we didn't really get a chance to process. Sometimes we get so busy, we don't always have the time in the moment to process what we're feeling or what we were experiencing and digest it. So this is a nice way in which we can kind of tend to those aspects and those layers of ourselves. And we're in the season of late summer, which is not always thought of as a season. Like, we don't always think of it as a season to itself, but in traditional Chinese medicine and 5 elements philosophy, this is a season all to itself, and it is associated with the earth element. And this is a season that is concerned with transformation. It's a season that's concerned with nourishment and sustainability and abundance, just like the fruit of our fruit trees. They don't always, sometimes they produce one peach, but eventually it's abundance, and you have so much fruit coming from your fruit trees that it supports not just your family, but your community around you. And this is a season internally that's really about grounding your heart's passion, your heart's purpose into earthly expression. So in summer, we have that expansion. It's like the flower of the plant, and we are connecting with a felt sense of the ideal. It is, really starting to recognize and get that felt sense of what brings us joy, what is fulfilling to our heart. It's a really expansive time where maybe we are like the flowers attracting in all of the pieces, and we feel really like on fire, and that's a really beautiful time. And in late summer, this is a season that's about grounding that in. And it's kind of like, when I think of like the development of that earth element inside of us, it's like this. It starts out, this is where I stand, here on earth. I'm here in my body, I'm present. This is where I stand. And then it develops, and it's like, this is what I stand for. And then it develops, and it says, this is what I'm willing to stand behind. And the more stability you get in that first one, you're in your body, you're filled with purpose, you're filled with presence, and you're gaining stability, and now you can say, this is what I stand for. And then you gain energy, you gain stability, and then you can say, you have the energy to say, this is what I'm willing to stand behind. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's talk about the organs. So the yin organ is the spleen, pancreas, and taking that nourishment in. So sometimes we can be doing lots of self-care and we might not really feel nourished from it. So that can kind of be an indicator that maybe there's a little disharmony in this element. If we struggle with receiving that nourishment, the fruits of our labor, or that sense of like satisfaction. And the yang organ is the stomach. So this is important too, because this is like your source of power, and to really say like, this is what I stand for is a pretty powerful thing to say, or like, this is what I'm willing to stand behind. So this is really a season that's really related to our sense of personal power and feeling empowered in our lives, and the ways in which we digest our experiences as well. So the stomach, our power center, but it's also about digestion and how we absorb our nutrients. The spirit is the yi. So all of the yin organs house a spirit. So the spleen holds the yi, and sometimes this is thought of as the intellect. Like, it's really this aspect of our psyche that's responsible for learning new things, memory retention, digesting information and actually putting it into context. So if we have trouble with like that, those kinds of things, this could be an element that we want to bolster up. But I really liked this quote, and I wanted to read this quote to you guys about the yi, because I was just like, I read it the other day from this book called The Five Spirits by Laurie Eve Dakar, and it was so inspiring, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So she writes, with the yi, we begin to feel earth beneath our feet. It is no longer enough for us to know, to intuit, to envision, and to dream. Now we must put the solid weight of our being, the power of our intention, behind the knowing that is in our heart. When the yi is fulfilling its function, we fully commit ourselves to manifesting our destiny and to bringing the light of our spirits into the world around us. The yi is the soul aspect that lets the world know that we mean to stand by our dreams.